there, welcome to another episode of Galaxy Gardens. My name is Chrissy. Today we were gonna go out and plant some potatoes, but it looks like we're getting some rain. So I gotta bring all of our little starts that have been hardening off and move them to our other porch so they don't get drowned out by the thunderstorms. And then we're just gonna have to come back to this another day. I actually have my tripod today, which is good because I usually forget where I put it before I start videos. So let's go outside and move everything. So it just started raining when I got home. Everything looks so good. I was gonna come plant these today, but they can wait another day. The leeks are gonna stay in the cups as well as the bunching onions, but all this other stuff can go on the ground this weekend. Alright, we got some of them. Just gonna move them over here. Excuse me. Alright. Yeah, we're just gonna put up right here. This, let's get that in focus. This is a Alba rugosa rose, which I got so we have some rose hips because starting those seeds didn't work. Gotta find a spot for this weekend as well. Just so you can see everything for scale, it's getting pretty big. We got everything out here to our covered porch. Let's see. It looks great. I'm so happy I waited an extra few weeks to get everything going. And you can see here, we actually have some celery coming in. This is pink celery, Chinese pink celery. Really excited to try that. I absolutely love tango celery, and I've only successfully grown it once. So this is really awesome. So, looks good. With the starts all set on the porch, we'll come back to this tomorrow and we'll do some planting. It's the next day, so we're gonna go ahead and plant some stuff because apparently it's gonna rain tonight too. Clearing this all out. Put it in the wheelbarrow. We have some high intensity cabbage planting going on, but I wanted to show you this. So this is late flat Dutch cabbage, and let me take it out of here. I transplanted these into these cups 2 weeks ago, and then 1 week ago we took them outside to harden them off, and they look awesome. They got a little bit wet, but that root growth is great. This looks awesome. We did not fit everything, but when we go inside, I'll tell you what everything here is. Then, this is all that's left to plant. All right, we're all back and we're gonna plant the rest of our cabbages, which are right there. Hey girls. I wanted to show you here. This is an early Jersey Wakefield cabbage. Look at those roots. 2 weeks. It's perfect. No more, no less. When you up pot, they're good to go. So I'll get the rest of these in here. Hi, Greg.
Hello.
I see you're sitting on something there. What's that?
This is a garden chair that I bought you for Christmas, and somehow I'm the one using it.
It's really nice. It's like the perfect height for these beds.
It really is. Yeah, and you can use it as a kneeler too. You'd be like...
Yeah.
That's kind of nice too, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We don't have an Amazon storefront, but if we get enough people who follow our stuff, we can get approved for that someday. Anyways, it's pretty sweet. It's a bunch of chickens. Right. Bye, Greg.
Bye.
Look at that chicken. So we have all the cabbages, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cauliflower in, which is great. We're gonna have to delay planting potatoes because just looking at the sky, it's supposed to start raining in about 30 minutes. So we might have to come back another day to do the potatoes. But in the meanwhile, let's check this out. So this was supposed to be our onion bed, but we fit them all elsewhere. And we are gonna put the leeks in here, but we have 2 rows of mermaid's tail cabbage, 1 row of early Jersey Wakefield, plus an extra one, and then we have some calabrese broccoli that all look great. And then out front, I'll show you what we have. So we can still fit leeks in between here as they grow, but they should do okay. I have a master list somewhere, I think it's on our Instagram, of everything that's in that long bed out front. That's not what we just planted, but we did 2 rows of Napa cabbage, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and broccoli. And of course, all the ones that we just put in here. So that's great. I knew that we would go over, and anyone who's grown these varieties before knows just how big they get. So they're gonna definitely fill in. At least that's the plan. Hopefully they do. And they'll be crowding into each other and covering up the soil, kind of working as their own kind of mulch, which would be cool. But in the meanwhile, we got them in the ground, so I'm happy. I don't know how well you can see the sky, but it's raining and we're not planting potatoes today. So in lieu of that, I want to take you with me while I go pick some dandelion capers, dandelions, and forsythia flowers because we're gonna bring them in to dehydrate. So frustrating because I can see clear sky, and yet as you go over here, it's just fully raining. But look at all the trees just budding out, leaves coming out. They look awesome. All right, let's go grab an umbrella and we'll be right back. And we're back. So let's go and find us some dandelion. Now, last year I purposefully spread so many dandelion flower seeds around, and we are reaping our reward this year because they're all over our yard. And even though we are in our own yard, still only going to take about 1/3 of everything except for this one. So you can see these little guys. They're not really grown out just yet, but we really even want further in here that little guy that's undeveloped. Let's see if I can get that in focus. This little guy, that's what we want. And when we get enough of them, we can make some dandelion capers. And I don't like normal capers. I guess I'm a bad Italian in that way, but I like all other Italian food. Now you see these ones that are a little bit higher up? You don't want those because they're full of petals and they're just gonna get soggy. You want the little ones right as close to the ground as possible that are undeveloped. It's perfect, that's exactly what you want. You just gotta dig around just a little bit. There you go. And then also some ants on here. Gonna take some dandelion heads, and when we bring them in, I'll separate them from this green part on the back, and we're just gonna keep the petals because it's good for tea. So there you go, to start. I just ran across some creeping thyme. I want to show you that because we are going to grab some as well. Here you can see some creeping thyme. This grows everywhere on our property. Anywhere we disturb the soil, it pops up. So getting a little bit closer now, you can see it has these little purple flowers. Let's bring that up a little bit closer. See that? Very pretty. So these little tops with the flowers, I'm gonna be harvesting those. And these are literally all over our property. These parts I'm pulling off will literally grow back like in a day. They often get misidentified for dead nettle, but the leaves look a little bit different, and dead nettle grows up a little bit higher. But these, and I'm not a professional IDer, I just know these on my property. So for anything I'm collecting, just make sure you have someone who's professional show you before you go grab anything, okay? But I know these on my property and make good tea. Well, this is gonna be fun to separate out later. That does look nice together. If you're interested in anything foraging, I could recommend you some good books. Just let me know if you want them in the comments. This spot's right next to my driveway. This is very interesting. I'll look up what this is. If I can find it, I'll put it at the bottom of the screen here. This is an interesting plant. Just growing in between all the dandelions. Look at that. Isn't that cool? You know what? I just looked it up, and all of this is yarrow. So yarrow and dandelion just ran right into each other. That's awesome. Here we are. All of the dandelions, creeping thyme, and little future dandelion keepers that we're going to bring inside. And this is just from the entire property. Obviously, you can see here I didn't pull everything. So let's go check out our forsythia bush. If you live in New England, you probably have a forsythia bush somewhere on your property. It's pretty easy. Now, if you have roses here, once the forsythias bloom, that's the time for you to prune your roses, but that's it. Just gonna pull off the flower. And I'm gonna be drying these, but you can make a simple syrup with them and add it to different stuff. Just don't steep it too long because it can get bitter. But there you go. Just grab a few more. And I'm propagating some pruned forsythia whips to have more bushes. So I'm just gonna grab as much as I can because this is all gonna fall off within a couple days. There you have it, all our forsythia blooms. Actually, I'm going to be pulling the little green part off before I dry. Everything else looks great. Thanks for joining me today. I hope this video is informational for you. We try to grow as many perennials on our property as possible. I actually went through this week and figured out we've added about 43 perennial plants since we moved in, which is great. And all the native plants are what was just on the property when we moved in. We try to spread around because we'd rather have those instead of grass. We'll be back next time planting potatoes, but I hope you have a good spring. I hope you're planting everything that you want to be planting. And if you want to check out what we're doing in between our videos, please go into the link in the description, follow us on other social media channels, and you'll see our daily updates. I'll see you next time.